Namaste. Welcome to Insightful Conversations with Dawna. Oh, wait, why does this say something else? I swear, sometimes this is crazy. Here we go. Now it shows who I am. And I don't know why this up here is also saying different. But I'm Dawna, and you're at Insightful Conversations with Dawna. So welcome, and I'm so glad that you are here because there is so much happening energetically right now. So many planets. We have Pluto and Neptune and Saturn and Uranus and Jupiter and Mercury all retrograde. So they seem like they're going backwards. Basically, they slow down, and it seems like that they're going backwards in the sky, but they really aren't. It's just kind of an optical illusion, but it impacts, like Mercury is about communication and travel and electronics. And so make sure that you are having extra patience with yourself, with others. Ask lots of questions. Get clarity. And if you think you know, ask again, because this is a time where it would be really easy to misunderstand. It would be really easy to not understand what somebody's really trying to convey, whether that's their communication is not coming through clear, you're not hearing it clearly, whatever. So Namaste, Angel, and yes, our soul family here. I'm so glad that you're here. I had the most incredible trip to Ecuador, Tosa Blue Mountain. If you've not been there, if you've not checked it out, please do yourself a favor and go to tosabluemountain.com or to shriankira.com and check it out, because it's an incredible place. It's magical. The energy there is intense. It's huge. It's expansive. It's clear. You get clarity. It's amazing. And the ceremonies that we got to have with the Canary on the full moon was amazing, as well as getting to go to Ingapurka. And if you don't know what Ingapurka is, it is the only female goddess temple. Sorry, one sec. There you go. I didn't realize my washer was going still, and I don't want that background noise. That's not good. Sorry about that. Ingapurka is the only goddess temple that was built by the Incas there with the Canary in Ecuador, and amazing. Just the energy there, the portals that you could feel, or vortex, standing where they stood, looking out on the beautiful landscape. It was magical and very incredible. And we had the honor of having like a little mini soul reading with Kira at this temple of the goddesses on the equinox. On the equinox, exactly. Very, very cool. The whole couple of weeks that I was there was very healing and inspiring all the way around. I got to help Jim Onek with Epic Lasers treat. We had 26 patients one day. We had a whole bus full of some of the local indigenous Canary people that came. They were all over 80 years old, and they came and we helped relieve some of their pain, which was so cool to see and to get to be a part of. And I'm really honored that I got that experience of serving and helping. And I'm super excited to use a laser myself now that I'm certified. And light is healing. Just going out in the sun and getting that healing light is incredible. And then Jim, thank you, Jim, he created this incredible laser that sends the light into the cells and simulates the production of ATP as well as cell regeneration. And it reduces inflammation, and it's incredible. The laser is incredible. Check it out. OPECH. EPOCH, Epic Lasers. And it is an incredible machine, and what it can do, how it can help people heal, it was so fantastic to witness. And I'm grateful that I had that opportunity, and I'm grateful that I was able to buy one of the machines, and that I know there's going to be so many people that I get to help, and that I'm super excited about. So back to the energies coming up in October. October is going to be a huge month for so many people. And yes, Angel, you definitely need to do that. The more therapists, the more people we can get that can get these lasers, that can get out there and help people, and all, that would be fantastic. Hi, Lynn. To be able to help people in a natural way with healing light, because we are light bodies. We are energetic bodies. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And these bodies of form that we have to house that don't contain our spirit by any means, because our spirit is much bigger, our energy is much bigger. But these bodies can heal from anything if we give it what they need. If we give our bodies what they need. Water, I know I talk a lot about water. Water is so important because our bodies are over 70% water. Light, we need light from the sun, and then to help our cells regenerate and heal. So that's what makes Epic Laser so incredible, because it can break out old scar tissue. It can help relieve pain from all sorts of stuff, because pain comes from inflammation. And then the food that we eat, we want to make sure that it's living, that at least half of it, really try to shoot for 80%. And we'll talk more next week on that, because I will have the fabulous Lori Ellis back. She's going to be on my show once a month, the first Wednesday of every month, at least for the next probably 6 months. And we are going to talk about, she's so knowledgeable. We'll be talking about diet, what should you eat for optimal health and to feed your body the best. She has so much knowledge and experience, and she healed herself from an illness 20 years ago. And she's been on an incredible journey, and we just align, and she has so much to share. And I think that those of you that heard her a few weeks ago, before I went to Ecuador, I know you are excited to have her back, because she does have a ton of knowledge. And so ask your questions, and we'll get those to her. That would be fun. So next week she will be on, and then the first week of every month for who knows how long. It'll be awesome. Like I said, she's got so much knowledge, and hydration is key. Yes, for sure. So the energies, and also with the kind of water that you drink, because you want water that has some living properties to it, has some healthy minerals in it, that's going to give your body what it needs. Drinking plastic bottled water that's been sitting for who knows how long is dead. And it's wet, and you'll get some hydration, but not the kind of hydration that your body needs and deserves. So we'll talk more about that, because Lori is very knowledgeable about all of that kind of stuff. So super excited. So right now, Who is feeling this Mercury retrograde? I got home late last night. My plane was delayed, which is part of Mercury retrograde. It covers travel as well as communication, as well as electronics. So if you have issues with your phone, with your computer, with your connections, with communication, somebody takes offense to something that you say, even though you didn't mean it the way that they took it, be patient. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with other people. Because right now with Mercury in retrograde, it is impacting all of that. And it can make us very impatient and kind of jump to conclusions and all of that kind of stuff. Plus, we have other planets, as I was saying, that are retrograde. Pluto is retrograde. Neptune is retrograde. Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, along with Mercury, are all retrograde. By the end of the month, though, Pluto is going direct. So is Saturn and Jupiter, along with Mercury. Mercury will be going direct the 18th of October, and it'll take until the end of October for us to be fully out of that energy. So for the whole month, just be really mindful about communicating. Even go overboard on your communication. Making sure that it's really clear, making sure that if it's something important, make sure that you are really explaining yourself thoroughly, and ask the other person some questions to make sure that they really understood what you're trying to communicate. This is also a time that if you enter into any contracts, you want to be careful of that. You want to really go through the contracts with the fine-tooth comb multiple times to make sure that you didn't miss anything. It's not recommended that you have any sort of surgeries during Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde tends to cause some sort of mishap to where oftentimes people find that things have to be redone. It's also a time to revisit the past. And you can find that maybe somebody that you had a falling out with comes back and wants to mend the fences, wants to mend the relationship. You can hear from a past love interest, can be from far back, could be more recent, whatever. It's a time that the past comes into our thoughts, comes into our awareness, that we're thinking about it. So when Mercury goes retrograde, it is a perfect time to reevaluate the lessons that you've learned from the past, reevaluate where you are in your life. We have 3 months left in this year, in 2021. Where are you on your goals? Do they fit you anymore? Do they fit the life that you want? Do they fit taking you on that path to the life of your dreams? Because you do deserve to have your dreams come true. You do deserve to make those things happen. And it's important that we take time, and Mercury retrograde is a perfect time to reevaluate, to go back and look at those goals. Did you write goals out in January? Do you make monthly goals? Do you make weekly goals? Do you make a daily list? How do you operate? There's no right or wrong way. However you do it is however works for you. You do want to plan though, because you want to be able to focus so that you can make your dreams come true. If we're not focused, then we can get distracted really easily. And that can happen. I can attest to it. I let myself get distracted and kind of off track of where I wanted to go. And going back to Tosa was so beautiful, and having that ability to have the awareness that I had allowed myself to get distracted and allowed myself to kind of get off track or take a break from my path, so to speak. But I wasn't doing the things that were going to get me where I want to go. And so I needed to reevaluate and recommit to myself, to my path, to my plan, or decide that my plan is no longer what I want, or no longer serving or supporting the journey that I want to take. And namaste, Gary and Lynn. So glad that you all are here. And yes, this is a beautiful community, and I love that we hold each other in a high vibrational space of love and light, and know that I am doing that. I did that while I was in Tosa Blue Mountain. I thought about all of you, and I really hope that you put that on your bucket list. I really hope that you make a plan to go there. Check it out. Check out Sri and Kara if you don't know who they are. And do yourself a favor. Remember who you are. Remember your magnificence. Remember your mastery. Remember what you came here for and to do. So this month, October, coming up, we have an incredible new moon coming up on the 6th, and it's going to be in Libra, which is the air sign. So again, it's about socializing our thoughts, and Mars is also there, which is also about communication and socializing. And then towards the end of the month, we have a very dramatic full moon on the 22nd, 23rd, depending on where you are in the world, in the sign of Aries, which is a fire sign. And yeah, it's going to be an impactful month. It's going to be a powerful month. We are going to be under the Mercury Retrograde, either directly impacting or in the shadow period, the whole month of October. Again, it's not spring, but it's a perfect time to do some spring cleaning, to do some decluttering, to do some clearing. And that goes for your thoughts. What are your habits? What are you thinking? What are those life scripts that are playing in the background? If you've not done Navigating the Inner Matrix, go do it. It's on SriandKara.com. Go check it out. It's so powerful. I'm recommitting to doing it again because I started it a few months ago, and then I let myself get distracted and get sidetracked. And so I just recommitted to doing it all the way through again. And I'm excited because I know it is transformative. Peeling back those layers, one layer at a time, of ourselves, and really learning who we are, the shadow side as well as the positive sides, our strengths and weaknesses, the goodness in us and the not so goodness in us. It's all choices that we make. And we were all so conditioned to believe a certain way. Have you really looked at those beliefs? Have you really dissected them one by one and asked yourself honestly, does this serve me today? And does this support the life that I'm wanting to create, that I want to live in my life? And if the answer is no, or I don't think so, then change it. Only you have the power to change it for yourself. So what area of your life are you going to look at? What area of your life are you looking at changing? Look back to a year ago. How has your life changed? How has your life transformed? I know mine is different, and it's getting even more different than what it was a year ago. And I'm very excited by the opportunities ahead. I'm very excited by the opportunity to help other people, to help impact other people in positive ways. So what are you creating? What are you needing to reevaluate? What are you needing to clear away, to declutter? Whether it's physically decluttering your home or your space, or it's decluttering your mind. Do you take time to get out in nature every day? Do you take time with a pet, with an animal? They feed our souls. They are pure love. There we go. I'm back. Hopefully you are all still here. And how important they are, and how they are such a great example of pure love, unconditional love, and how they communicate with us without talking, right? So what can you learn from the animals in your life? And do you, on a regular basis, do you get out in nature? Do you go talk to the trees? Oh my goodness, the last day that I was in Ecuador, there was a group of us that got to go hiking in the Andes Mountains with Edwin. And it was one of the most incredible hikes I've ever been on. We went up over 13,000 feet. We were in this preserve that had over 300 lakes. And this forest that we went through was magical. It was something that you would see on a Disney movie, right? With where you would expect to see little fairies and gnomes all coming out of the forest because of the way that this wood was. And it was that bright golden color, and it was all twisted and knotty and kind of bent over, almost like it was creating arches. And then there were some caves back in there. It was such a cool hike. And I highly recommend talking to Edwin if you go to Twisted Blue Mountain an extra day to go do that hike, because it was incredible. And we took a lot of pictures. I'll be putting some up on my Facebook page in the next few days, just trying to get organized. Because I just got back really, really late last night, or early this morning, so to speak, from my trip. But it is important to feed our soul. And there's so many different ways to do that, right? From being out in nature like that, to interacting with pets, animals that communicate with us telepathically because they don't speak our language, right? To navigating into your intuition and your connection with your angels and spirit guides, and with your connection to God, to the divine. How do you do that? What do you do that helps you? Yoga, breathing deep, doing breath work, really connecting that mind, body, and soul, doing the Avesa breath and connecting in with your soul is a beautiful way to tap in. In fact, let's do that right now, because most of us don't take deep enough breaths in our day. We get going and it's really easy to shallow breath, especially if we're talking a lot. Working, a lot of times we get so focused that we don't think, breathe, So let's bring our hands to our heart and take a deep Avesa breath. Let's do 3 of them. Inhale in through your nose. Really fill up those lungs. Feel that clean, fresh air going in. Opening your mouth, letting it out with a big sigh, and feeling your body release tension. Let's do that again. Connect with your heart. 1 or 2 hands, either one is totally fine. And if you can't put your hands on your heart, imagine that your hand is on your heart. Let's breathe in deep. Ave, filling that, your lungs up, opening your mouth, letting it out with a big sigh. Really releasing and relaxing your cells, sending that fresh oxygen through every cell in your body. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling in through the nose, make this your biggest, deepest Avesa breath. Thinking Ave on the inhale, hail, letting it out with a big sigh. Hail the divine, hail God, hail whatever you believe, greater than ourselves. We are connected. We are spiritual, energetic beings. And we are all connected, which is why it's so important that we're kind and loving to ourselves and kind and loving to other people. And I'm sure you've heard the saying, hurt people hurt people. When we don't take care of our needs, when we don't take care of our beautiful bodies, then we can get angry. If we don't feed ourselves, we get hungry, which can make us irritable. If we don't take care of our needs, we have less patience. We can get frustrated easier. We can lose our temper easier. If we don't take time to really center and ground and connect with ourselves, then it's so easy to snap at somebody else, right? Because we're not filling our needs. We're not filling up our own cup first. And if we don't fill our own cup, then we don't have as much to give other people, and it's easier and much faster that we then run out and don't have much to share. And it's not about possessions. It's not about money. It's about sharing from our soul, sharing from our heart, sharing from our body, sharing, having that care. But it starts within. It starts with ourselves. We have to love ourselves, take care of ourselves, make ourselves a priority. And then we have more to give other people. Then we have more patience. Then we have more kindness. We have more generosity. We have more. And things will go magically so much better. If you've ever listened to Louise Hay, I love some of the things that she talks about. Or Abraham Hicks, along with Shereen Kara. And there's lots and lots out there that have such positive reminders to help you awaken to who you are. But I think it's Abraham Hicks actually that talks about having more green lights, having traffic flow easier by meditating in the morning for 15 minutes. Opening that channel, even for a few seconds, can make things go smoother through your day. And I've tried it and it works. It's crazy. Or thinking ahead of time, if you're going to an appointment, say like earlier today, I had an appointment downtown Billings, and traffic, and not traffic, we don't have a lot of traffic. Parking down there can be tricky at times because there's not a lot of parking. It's on the street, you know, you have to parallel park or you have to back in, and it's hard to find something close to where the appointment is. You might be able to find something a couple blocks away, right? So before I left, I envisioned a parking spot right out front. And I've done this before. And I challenge you to try this if you've never tried it before. And if you have and you forgot, try it again. Set your intention, because we are instantaneous manifestors and we are so powerful, but we doubt ourselves. And so we say we want this, and then we say we doubt. And so it's this block. We keep putting up blocks of ourselves. The universe wants to provide what we are wanting, but we keep putting up the blocks because we doubt, because we don't think we're worthy, because we don't think we're enough, because we don't think whatever, you know, we have enough, we're smart enough, we're pretty or handsome enough, we're whatever, you know, we don't think we're enough in some way or somehow deserving of whatever. But that's not true. We are, just because we are enough. Just because you're you, just because you're here, you're unique. And you did not come here to suffer as much as you have allowed yourself to suffer. Yes, you came here to learn some lessons and to have your soul evolve and to be grateful for the lessons and the trials and the things that you've gone through, because you chose that. Just like I chose my situations, my trials, my challenges, my dysfunctional relationships. And I'm grateful for the lessons that I've learned, for my soul involvement that has happened so fast in comparison. At my age, over the last few years, my life has transformed incredibly, so much. It does not look anything close to the same. Not at all. 2 years ago, I was living back in South Dakota, getting ready to move to Texas, in a marriage that was dysfunctional, verbally, emotionally abusive, and certainly not supportive. Not supportive of me, not supportive of my spiritual gifts, my intuition, my psychic abilities, my desire to help people, and knowing in my gut that I was supposed to be helping people. I was supposed to be putting myself out there, sharing my story, talking to other people, getting them to share their stories to help give hope to other people. And I was told I could not be me. I could not do that, that I was silly for even thinking. Why would I even think that anyone would want to listen to me? Or why would I think that I had anything to offer or give or share? And, you know, telling me that my abilities were dark, which is not true. And anybody that knows me knows that I am not of the darkness. I am of the light. Yes, we all have darkness in us, but that is not where I come from. And that is not my intention for sharing myself with others, sharing my gifts with others, and wanting to help them either with energy, moving energy around, energy blocks, with doing soul readings, doing intuitive readings, doing talking to them, sending love and light, helping them heal, from talking to people about wellness and nutrition and hydration and all sorts of things. I could have stayed stuck in that and been miserable. continued to be miserable. I didn't realize how miserable I was till I got out. And how many times have you heard somebody say when they got well, they look back and they are like, I didn't realize how bad I felt until I got healthy, or till I got, better. It's the same type of thing when you're in a dysfunctional, abusive relationship, marriage for me. When you get out and you're out, it takes time to unravel some of the habits of the habit, the conditioning. It's not been easy. I'll be honest with you, it's not been easy. But fortunately, I have found some great support. I found Shri and Kara that have some great programs that help you go deep within and realize that you have a lot to offer and you have value, and it's important to be you authentically. Nobody else has to approve. Nobody else has to agree. You matter because you are part of the divine. You came here for a purpose. You came here for a reason. You don't have to know what that is, but it's important to listen to your inner guidance. It's important to trust you. Trust yourself more. Love yourself more. Know that you have so much to offer. You have a lot of gifts and talents you've not even discovered yet. Call on your angels and guides to help you, guide you, help you discover. And then be of service in some way. Share who you are with others. Share who you are with the world. Share your story. Come on here. I would love to talk to you about your story. I know Angel shared hers and it was so powerful. And I'm so excited and proud of her for the life-changing things that are happening in her life. The books that she's writing and the working with the waterbearers.org and the many people's lives that she is helping to impact in a positive way through the water filters and giving people clean drinking water. I challenge you all to, for the next week, let's, in our morning, even if you only have a moment to do this, put a hand on your heart, send the other hand out, and imagine sending love out into the world and around the world and into every person on the planet. We need more love. Yes, Lynn, I do. She asked if I have 2 years to listen. I love it. Yes, that just tells me that you have so much to share and so much that can benefit other people and can give so many other people hope. Together we are better. Together we can create magic. We can create miracles. We can impact the world in a positive way. There's so much negativity. There's so much fear-mongering happening right now. So much polarization and undermining and hurtful, mean stuff happening out there. And it mainly stems from fear and lack of trust. Lack of trust of yourself, lack of trust of God, the divine, of knowing that you are protected and you are safe. If you have any doubts, if you have any time that you are feeling uneasy, trust your gut. Call on Archangel Michael for protection and guidance. Before I travel, I always say the mantra that I am guided, guarded, and protected at all times. I am safe. Thank you, God. Thank you, life. And I feel that. And I've been now to Ecuador 4 times by myself. Not that I was all alone, because I went to Tosapla Mountain and met incredible people and had incredible experiences and all that. But I get so many people here in Montana that are even not just in Montana, just people that I know that are surprised that I feel okay traveling by myself. And I've not once felt unsafe. I trust in God. I trust myself. I trust in my intuition and my inner guidance system that I will be guided, guarded, and protected at all times, and that I am safe, and that I am open to new experiences and to evolving and to releasing my shadow side, to clearing away the things that no longer serve me, the beliefs, the limiting beliefs, the patterns, the habits, the habit of believing that I'm not worthy, of believing that because I'm a woman, I'm not as good as a man, of believing that somehow I deserve to be verbally abused and put down and criticized. I release that. Thank you for that experience. That is no longer my life. That's no longer what I am calling in. That's no longer the way that I'm going to live. Take this opportunity. Wow, the planets are so supportive of us right now. Mercury retrograde is not necessarily a bad thing. Be more mindful about your communication. Be more mindful about listening and making sure that you really understood what the other person is trying to convey. If you have to sign contracts, be more thorough. Focus more on what you want. What experience do you want? What's the outcome that you want of that experience? Now, I'm not saying don't get super detailed and be like, okay, I'm only going to be happy if this one person or this one house becomes mine. No, don't get that. Don't get that detailed, that narrow. If you're looking for a house, then be like the perfect house that has all these things that I want and more is coming into my life now. Say those kinds of affirmations. Pay attention to what your thoughts are. Pay attention to any negativity. Do the Post-it challenge, which is out of the Navigating the Inner Matrix. But Sri and Kara have talked about it on some of their shows, where you take a Post-it tablet, and you write different. Sorry, Marlo, come here. Boy, I don't know what she's so upset about, but come here. Marlo, come here. Come here. Wow, she doesn't usually bark that loud. I know if you've been on my show before, you know she doesn't usually bark that loud. I don't know what that was about. We take the Post-it and write on it things like, I love myself, or I love you. Yeah, Mercury, exactly. Put on it, I am love, I am light, I am joy, I am safe, I am enough. Put those little reminders, and put those stickies all over on your mirror when you're getting ready, in your drawers, so you find them randomly, I have one in my freezer, in my refrigerator, all over. I have got them all over my house. People come visit and they're like, what are all these sticky notes for? Put on there, thank you. Put on there, breathe, to remind yourself to take that deep Avesa breath and tap in. You do deserve to have all your dreams come true and more and better. Yes, God has so much for you, the universe. You, the divine, you are part of the divine. And you came down here for a reason, with a lot of gifts and talents to share, with a plan to impact and help heal the world and help other people awaken. Chances are you are awakening or have awakened if you're listening to this program. Together we can help so many other people awaken. Be the light. Be that example. Yeah, Lynn, come on my show. Let's talk. And if we need to do it over multiple Wednesdays, let's do it. I would love to hear your story. And I'm sure other people would as well. We all have something to offer. We all have value. And I know I personally learn something from everyone that I interact with. And I'm so grateful for all of you. Whenever you find this, it's the perfect time. It's a perfect time to be reminded that you are enough, that you are love, that you are light, that you are joy, that you have so much to offer and give and share. You just need to believe in yourself. Release the fear. Fear is an illusion. There's a great book by Susan Jeffers that is Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Take care of yourself. Set up practices that support yourself. If you work a really busy, long day job, like a nurse or something like that, then take care of yourself. Do something loving, like pack healthy, nurturing foods to take with you. Pack a bunch of water with you so that you have enough, so you're not likely to go get that soda or that candy bar from the vending machine. Do little things to support yourself so that you feel better. Love yourself more. I love you, and I am so grateful you were here today. Thanks for being a part of my show. Thank you for tuning in whenever you tune in. Know that I'm sending you so much love and light, and I hope you have an incredible week. Take care of yourself, love yourself more, trust yourself more. Join me next week with Lori Ellis. It'll be a great show. And until then, namaste.